Hi, fifth grade. I hope you had a great, restful 3-day weekend. All right. Do you remember how to do long division? Let's look at these problems here. We have 4 divided by 2, 65 divided by 5, 366 divided by 6. Let's use long division to find the quotient. So here I know that 2 times 2 gives you 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 and I get a remainder of 0. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, or we can think of it as 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now let's look here. I'm going to think about 5 times what gets you 6 or close to 6. So that's 5 times 1 gets you 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from 6. And I get a 1. And then I'm going to drop the 5 down here. And then 5 times what gets you 15. That's 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So 15 minus 15 is 0. Nice. So 5 times 13 is 65. Or we can think of it as 65 divided by 5 is 13. Alright, let's look here. Can I do 6 times a number gets me 3 or close to 3? No. Okay. 6 times there's no whole number where we can multiply it by 6 where it'll give us 3. So let's look at 6 times what gets you 36 or close to 36. Actually, 6 times 6 gets you 36. That's perfect. So 36 minus 36 is 0. So let's drop the 6 here. 6 times what gets you 6? It's 1. So 6 times 1 gets you 6. So 6 minus 6 is 0. So 366 divided by 6 is 61. Or you can think of it as 6 times 61 is 366. So this is just a little recap of how to do long division. And now we're going to use long division to divide tenths by a whole number. Let's look at this example. A ribbon 0.8 meters long is cut into 2 equal pieces. How long is each piece? So our division sentence is 0.8 divided by 2. Using long division, we'll write 0.8 divided by 2 like this. So 2 times what gets you 0? 0. 2 times 0 gets you 0. So let's subtract 0 from 0. And then we just get 0, right? So let's for now ignore the decimal point, okay? We'll put it back later. We're going to ignore it for now. Let's bring down the 8. 2 times what gets you 8? It's 4. 2 times 4 gets you 8. So let's subtract that from 8. 8 minus 8. And that gets you 0. But we're not done because we have to remember our decimal point. Wherever it is here, you're going to put it up there in the quotient spot. Okay? Right here. Do you see that? Okay. So now let's check. We have 0.8 divided by 2 is 0.4. So then if I multiply 2 times 0.4, I should get 0.8. Let's try it. So 4 times 2 is 8. 0 times 2 is 0. Let's drop the decimal point. It's 0.8. Perfect. It works out. Now it's your turn. Please pause the video and try numbers 1 and 2 on your own. See you soon. Hi, let's do this together. Alright, so 2 times what gets you 0? That's a 0. Okay, so 2 times 0 is 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So for now, let's ignore the decimal point. Let's drop the 4. 2 times what gets you 4? It's 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 gets you 4. So let's subtract 4 and I get 0. Don't forget about the decimal point. And now I'm done. Let's look here. 3 times what gets you 0? It's 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So let's subtract 0 from 0. And I get 0. So let's drop the 9. 3 times what gets you 9? It's 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 minus 9 is 0, but I'm not done yet because I have to put my decimal point in the same spot, okay, right here. So 0.9 divided by 3 is 0.3. Yeah. Okay, let's divide tens again by a whole number, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different. So divide 0.8 by 5. That's going to look like this in long division. 0.8 divided by 5. 5 times what gets you 0? That's just 0, right? 5 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0, so let's just drop the 8. 5 times what gets you 8 or close to 8? It's just 1, isn't it? So 5 times 1 gets you 5, so 8 minus 5 is 3. But the thing is here, I'm going to do 0.8. I'm gonna attach a trailing 0 here because I know that 0.8 and 0.80 is the same thing. 0.8 is the same thing as saying 0.80. Okay, so I'm going to attach another 0 here, okay, at the end. And then I'm going to drop the 0 all the way down here. Okay, so 3 becomes a 30. Okay, so now 5 times what gets you 30? It's 6. 5 times 6 is 30. So let's do 30, take away 30, and that's 0. But I'm not done because I have to put my decimal point right there. Now I'm done. Okay, let's check. If 0.8 divided by 5 is 0.16, and that means 5 times 0.16 should get me 0.80. Let's see if that's right. So 5 times 6 is 30. Okay. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. 5 times 0 is 0. Drop the decimal point here. Oh, it's 0.80. Perfect. Alright, so it works out. Now it's your turn. Please do 7, 8, and 9 on your own. And when you're ready, play the video. Alright, it seems like you're ready. Let's do this. 2 times what gets you 0? That's just 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So let's just drop the 9. 2 times what gets you 9 or close to 9? That's 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So 9 minus 8 is 1. But I'm going to attach a trailing 0 here because I know that 0.9 is the same thing as saying 0.90, right? It's equivalent, it's the same. Okay, so I attach the trailing 0 here, and I'm going to drop the 0 all the way down so my 1 becomes a 10. 2 times what gets you 10? That's a 5. 2 times 5 is 10, so 10 minus 10 is 0, but I'm not done because I have to put my decimal point right there. Now I'm done. So 0.90 divided by 2 is 0.45. Alright, let's look here. Can I do 5 times a number? 5 times a whole number gets me 2? No. So let's think about 5 times what whole number gets you 27 or close to 27? It's 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So 27 minus 25 is a 2. I'm going to drop the 5. Okay. 5 times what gets you 25? That's a 5. So we're going to subtract 25 from 25 and that's a 0. But I'm not done because I have to remember the decimal point right there. Okay. Wherever it is in here, I'm going to write it in my answer spot right there. So 27.5 divided by 5 is 5.5. Alright, let's do this one here, number 9. 8 times what gets you 0? That's just 0. 8 times 0 is 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. Let's drop the 4. 8 times 1 gets 8 times what whole number gets you 4? There's no whole number we can multiply by 8 to get us 4. So let's attach a trailing 0 because I know that 0.4 is the same thing as 0.40. Okay, it's the same thing. So now let's drop the trailing 0. So 4 becomes a 40. Okay. 8 times what gets you 40? That's a 5. And I'm writing it here in that spot, okay, because that's um, the last digit that I'm working with here, okay. But now this spot is empty, so I have to put a 0 right there, okay. And then I can't forget about my decimal point, which goes above right here, okay. So 0.40 divided by 8 is 0.05. And I'm done. Yeah. It's just like with regular long division without decimals, right? Okay, well, keep practicing, and I know we'll get better and better at it. Okay, all right. I'll see you next time.